맛있었다고.
What's going down, my people? If you're new here, my name is KT. My girl Ellie Jane and I have been digital nomads for the last 4 months. We were actually in Tokyo for the last 5 weeks, and we have just arrived in Kyoto. We were actually on the Shinkansen, it's basically a bullet train that goes nearly 300 kilometers an hour. Man, that thing was too fast. I fell asleep for what felt like, 10 or 15 minutes to then just waking up in Kyoto. Pretty crazy. Thankfully, we had our luggage shipped, but still had a bunch of baggage that we had to bring on the train with us and transport to our next place. We're currently in Uji, Kyoto. For those of y'all that know me, I'm super passionate about matcha, and Uji is known specifically for their matcha, so super excited to be out here. We're gonna be in Kyoto for about 3 weeks. Still gotta get a lot of work done, find that balance, maintain that lifestyle, but of course, still gotta explore and whatnot. And the area that we're in right now is just, bro, so peaceful, and that's already one of the things that I'm really appreciating about Kyoto over Tokyo. Way less traffic, a lot less people, and a lot more space. It's just peaceful out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go see what Uji has to offer. All right, y'all, we just finishing up at this temple right quick. Gorgeous scenery, as y'all probably seen. Let's go get some matcha. Go get some?
Yes.
She's always cheeky. It was good, y'all. So we made our first stop to our first cafe, just picking up some matchas. Already been working on these, as you can see. You can already tell Uji takes their matcha very seriously. The quality is exquisite, it's premium. We already copped our first one out here in Uji, first of many, you know what I'm saying? Here we go. The prices are way better out here. The quality is way better. It's insane. We just getting started on our little matcha tour today, you feel me? And we got this little matcha mochi right here as well. I haven't actually tried it yet. Very matcha-y. The matcha is very strong. That's great. Yeah, just like you though, Ellie Jane. I don't know how I feel about there being rice inside of it, but sweetness stuff was really good. If you ever do come to Japan and you're in Kyoto, make sure you come down to Uji. It's not too chaotic. There are some tourists out here, but bro, we vibing, man. And I love my matcha. Y'all know me. Probably gonna grab another one, so catch you on a bit. Y'all, it is so ironic. We're just out here talking about how Kyoto is way more chill than Tokyo. And right as we're wrapping up dinner at this Nepalian restaurant, they're like, oh, did you guys check out the festival? We're like, yo, it's a festival today? They're like, yeah, that's why everybody's out. I'm like, dang, bro, it makes so much sense. So we're just like out here caught up in the midst of this festival today in Uji. Super high spirits. Everyone seems to be like super excited, us included. I know we were talking about how we're kind of tired of the crowds and whatnot, but it seemed like it was a little more for the kids, you know? So there were a lot of kids out there just super excited to be there. As you could see, there were games and food and whatnot. But y'all, we ran into what looked like the biggest beetle or cockroach I have ever seen ever. It was on this woman's arm for the longest time. I couldn't tell whether or not it was real. She was moving at it for a little bit. She was pulling on it and you could see it pulling and tugging on her skin. You get what I'm saying? I was literally shocked. I didn't even know what to think of it. I don't know whether or not they were selling them or if they were selling, the opportunity for people to take photos with them or whatnot, but it was insane. You know what I'm saying? I was getting the quivers from it from just looking at it, but amazing day in Uji. I probably had 5 or 6 matchas today alone. Buzzing on the caffeine for sure, but it's cool, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of buzz than it would be if it were coffee. So I'm buzzing, but I'm chilling. We just out here by the water now, just catching vibes, man. Just really allowing all these new experiences to soak in. When you're traveling and all this stuff is happening as often as it is, super important to just kind of set some time aside to just reflect and to just look at all this. And yeah, man, great day today. Appreciate y'all tuning in, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it going. Catch y'all. About to get a nice work session in. There's something about these work sessions early in the morning. I feel like they hit a little bit differently. Also had a nice little workout this morning as well. Trying to keep that as consistent as possible. Right now, we're actually over at Starbucks. Not our favorite cafe to go to, but it. Something you'll notice about Japan, a lot of these Airbnbs, a lot of these cribs that we be at, all they have is floor tables. You can't really be working on the floor. It just hasn't been very good for my neck and my shoulders, you know what I'm saying? So it really does force you to step outside, get into a different workspace where you have like a table. Yeah, feeling super motivated, but to lock in. I think there's something different about just being away from home and attaining like this new level of focus. Both Ellie Jane and I are tapped in right now. I feel like we're about to have a decently long work session over here at Starbucks. So yeah, man, let's get it. We just touched down at Fushimi Inari, which is the 10,000 gates over here in Kyoto. We wanted to come out super early to, you know, avoid all the traffic and whatnot. But the thing is with Kyoto is like the trains are pretty spaced out as opposed to Tokyo. In Tokyo, you got trains coming like every couple minutes. In Kyoto, that isn't the case. So we didn't get down here as early as we wanted to. It's still like 7:30 a.m. right now. So still came at a pretty good time. We're just about to get this little hike right now. They're saying it's like 2 to 3 hours up and down. So let's see what this is about. Ellie Jane and I feeling a little tired, but we solid. So let's go get it. Yo, crazy amount of people out this morning, but it's totally cool. Crazy to think that there's 10,000 of these, man.
I think they are each donated by like different families and just different people. So that in itself is insane.
Still going. Still going. Where you at? We made it to the top, y'all. I'm keeping it 100. It's light work. I didn't even break a sweat, but Ellie Jane out here sweating. It's cool. Scenery's amazing. It didn't take as long as I had anticipated, but let's make our way down now. Grab some matcha. We just finished over at the bamboo forest over here in Kyoto. We got there relatively early, 6:37 a.m. Still couldn't avoid all the tourists, but it's totally cool. It was magical nonetheless, you know? What'd you think?
Yeah, it was honestly beautiful. Like just so calming, and there were a lot of birds just singing. It was nice.
Overall, great experience. If you do ever come down to Kyoto, make sure that you touch down in the bamboo forest. Super dope. And we're actually headed now. Where are we headed now?
We are going to the Arashiyama Monkey Park. Sounds like a zoo, but it's not. So we don't go to zoos because we just don't think it's ethical to lock up animals and, you know, exploit them. But this is different because these monkeys are wild and they are free to go wherever they like. But this is a spot where they just keep coming back. And I think it's because of the tourists that go there and they feed them. But this is like as close as it can get for us to see animals in the wild.
Based on the reviews that we were seeing, it is pretty controversial as to whether or not it is like ethical. So we figured like, yo, let's just go see it for ourselves and see what we think of it. I really love monkeys, and when I first heard that this was available out here in Kyoto, I was pretty excited. So let's go see what this is about. We do gotta hike up to this little park to go see them. It's like a 20-minute hike or whatever. So yeah, let's go see what this is about. Y'all, the monkey forest was an experience. I had, like, hands down, one of the best days of my life. I'm so happy that we got to make our way out there. Again, in regards to the concerns that we had early on as to whether or not it was ethical. Like, bro, like the vibes of the monkeys, like you could see them. They were so playful, they were free. They could interact with the people when they wanted to. They could be free in the forest when they wanted to. There was just so much room around the monkeys in general. So, you know, personally, I don't think it was unethical. Like, what do you think?
It's crazy. Like when you're actually there, you can see how much freedom they actually have. They are not caged up at all. The cages that you do see in the video, it's actually for humans to be inside so that there is a dedicated spot for you to feed them. And so there are warnings that, you know, the monkeys can be aggressive if you look them in the eye, because that's just in their nature. But once you're up there, you can see how free they actually are. Like there was this one clip in particular where KT like walked up to two monkeys by the bench and they just like plopped off of the edge of the mountain that we were on. And you can just see how vast it is. Like there's so many trees, they can leave whenever they want to. And like you don't see anyone touching the monkeys, because that could be another concern for whether or not it's ethical, because it could be against their will to be held by humans all day, every day. And not even the staff members. I didn't see any staff members holding the monkeys. There was never a situation that we saw anyway that the monkeys were controlled by anybody. But yeah, it was a really fun experience. And I was just so happy to see KT so happy. Like his face just lit up and you guys can see that in the video. But yeah, the baby monkey was the cutest.
Baby monkey was the cutest, man. Great experience. If you ever come down to Kyoto, go see these monkeys. Definitely an experience that's worth it, man, for sure. That being said, we've been out in Japan for about 8 weeks now. We still have a couple weeks left. And I think we can both agree when we say that Kyoto is definitely more of our vibe as opposed to Tokyo.
Yes.
Kyoto is just a lot more peaceful, a lot more quiet, less people in general, right? So you can still get like the city atmosphere, but there's just still so much beautiful nature, an immense amount of like shrines and whatnot. So in hindsight, I think we spent way too much time in Tokyo. And if we were to do this all over again, we would have spent more time in Kyoto as opposed to Tokyo. We were in Tokyo for 5 weeks and we've been in Kyoto for nearly 3 weeks. And yeah, we're about to leave in a couple of days and we're just like, there's still so much that we'd want to do out here.
Oh, and to add on to that, the Gion district was really cool. A lot of Japan's traditional architecture is found there and it was really cool to walk through it.
Still gonna be out in Japan for a bit. We're gonna head out to Osaka in a couple of days. Probably won't be filming as much being out there. Probably, you know, just put a little more time into work and whatnot, but yeah, it's been amazing in Japan thus far. The Nomad journey continues. I won't tell y'all where we're headed after Japan. Y'all be sure to stay tuned. Got more content on the way. If you made it this far in the video, sending y'all much love and so much positive energy. It's been a very special story for the both of us to be able to share it with you guys. And if you're rocking with us, nothing but love for you guys, man. So make sure you stay tuned, like I said, and be sure to check out Ellie Jane's channel as well. She's been dropping some videos herself, some amazing videos, I might add. So we'll see y'all in the next video. It is KT and Ellie Jane.
And Ellie Jane.
Signing off, man. See y'all in the next one.
Bye.